All right, begin.
What's going on, y'all? What it do? I hope each and every one of you are happy and healthy today. That's the most important thing. Now, before we get started, I want to ask you guys a favor. If you don't mind, go ahead and punch that like button for your boy and also smash that share button so we can get this channel recognized. And if you're on Instagram, go ahead and give me a follow over there at Smith+Tiffany so that we can stay connected. Now, with all of that said, let's go ahead and get down to business and start off by talking about Sabrina, who is the half sister of Venus and Serena Williams. Now, Sabrina is of the mindset that Will Smith has totally lost his mind. She feels that he should be banned permanently from the Oscars, and also he should have his Academy Award stripped away from him for chastising Chris Rock in the fashion that he did. Now, first and foremost, let me say this. I hope that Sabrina and her siblings are able to recover and heal from the way, you know, Richard treated them, how he left them when they were young and things of that nature and started dating Serena and Venus's mom. You know, there's a lot of trauma there internally, and she's a bitter woman and she has every right to be. But at the same time, you have to let it go. You just gotta let it go, because it's clear and evident that Venus and Serena and your father don't want anything to do with you. So the fact that you keep reporting to all of these tabloids about how you feel about your father and Serena and Venus isn't going to become the catalyst to mend any fences in hopes of repairing your relationship with them. But anyway, this is what Sabrina had to say about the Chris Rock and Will Smith altercation. It says, speaking exclusively to The Sun, Sabrina said, "So Will Smith got angry, went overboard, and AS another person. Then you just can't apologize 2 minutes later. You lost your mind. Wow." Then she goes on to say, "I agree. He should be stripped of the Oscar. I have alopecia. I can relate to that because I have alopecia really bad." Then bitter Sabrina goes on to say, "But it's not the time or place. If somebody offends you, let them know in a private setting. Hey, you offended my wife. I did laugh at the joke, but my wife was offended." She went on, "But just to go on stage in the middle of an event and put your hands on somebody, walk back down, and then yell from your seat, that's just not appropriate. If they don't take the thing from him, they should ban him from attending the event ever again, as that's just ridiculous. I have no sympathy for him because that's just irresponsible behavior. He probably needs to seek counseling. I'm not saying he has mental health issues, but maybe he can talk to somebody because that's not appropriate behavior." Now, Richard Williams did speak out and he said, "We don't know all of the details of what happened," Williams told NBC News through his son, "but we don't condone anyone hitting anyone else unless it's in self-defense." Curtain, please. Look at here, Mr. Richard Williams. Listen, we don't condone or support men who leave their kids at a young age and then turn their backs on them and don't have anything else to do with them. You have traumatized your kids from your first wife. You have traumatized them. And just because you had a major hand in turning Venus and Serena into tennis superstars does not somehow vindicate you for being the terrible and irresponsible father you were in your first marriage. And allegedly, according to Sabrina, it wasn't self-defense when you were putting paws on her mother. So your boy Steve Harvey weighed in on the controversy surrounding Will Smith and Chris Rock and things of that nature, and he has some interesting things to say. What I'm going to do right now is play this soundbite, and then I'll be right back.
Here's the thing of it. I understand that defending the honor of your wife. I'm that dude. But you don't have to do something.
He didn't dishonor her.
For that. He didn't do that. That joke was not worthy of the reaction. If he was going to have a reaction, I think that Will should have done the man thing, was step to him afterwards in that press room, and if he wanted to slap Chris then, he could have slapped Chris in the press room and seen how it went. But see,
Will laughed.
But see, he laughed at the joke till he saw Jada's reaction. Yeah. Now, let me tell you something. That's a Hollywood move now. To go up there on national TV, slap another black man, turn around your back and walk off, because you know he can't do nothing. See, and I know this. I know he know this because Will been in Hollywood long enough. So now to turn your back and walk off, you going to the dude and then turn around and walk off, you know in real life that ain't the way this going to go. You already know.
But you know what, though?
And Rock is a Jersey boy. So no. So, and I didn't think the moment was that. And I think he overreacted, like Carla said. He paid too much into the moment. His acceptance speech, that was raggedy, apologizing to the Academy. But here's what I think is going to happen. when this go down and wake up the right way, there's going to be some type of banning from the Oscars of Will Smith.
Yeah.
Because look, they took Kanye off the Grammys for saying
to Trevor Noah.
They took him off the Grammys. The Oscars is all Hollywood is about. It's their biggest moment. And for you to do that on the biggest moment,
they don't condone violence. The Academy does not condone violence.
Denzel told him right.
Yeah.
In your biggest moment is when the devil comes for you.
Yeah.
You should have handled that totally different, man. He owes Rock an apology.
But you know what, Steve?
A public apology. Just like you did that publicly. I was waiting for that during his speech last night. I was waiting for him.
Let me tell you what I think this
Chris,
is,
brother, I apologize.
So on yesterday, Will decided to apologize. He says V in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed and my actions were indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for V in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will.
We are done being the bigger person. Go beat that up now.
And I second that, young man. That's how I feel, and apparently that's how Will felt the other night when he ran up on Chris for disrespecting his wife. We have to stop being in the business of trying to tell someone how they should react about anything, especially when it comes to Will protecting his wife because Chris Rock cracked an insensitive joke on her that embarrassed her and publicly humiliated her. And another thing, what is this clown Steve Harvey talking about that Chris Rock couldn't do anything? I didn't see Chris hands and feet tied up on that stage. He was in shock. And I don't think that he wanted any smoke, to be honest. And you see, people underestimate an individual like Will Smith. If you look at his music, you listen to his music, it's in a safe lane. He didn't talk about that street life or anything, you know. And he's always been considered as one of the brothers that have been able to get into the deep crevices of Hollywood, right? And so when you take all of that into account, you have to understand that these Hollywood execs have all of these expectations for Will and how he should govern himself accordingly, right? And so I believe that Will has come to the conclusion that he's now going to set expectations for himself. And one of those expectations being is that he's going to defend his wife relentlessly. Now, speaking of defending his wife, Tiffany Haddish jumped in the mix and gave Jada some advice on how she should treat Will on an intimate level for defending her in the fashion that he did. So Tiffany suggested to Jada that she should give Will some, and Tiffany suggested to Jada that she should do so from the back. Now, the interesting thing about this dynamic is the fact that Tiffany and Chris Rock are friends. They're real tight. And the fact that she's siding with Will Smith on this speaks volumes. Tiffany actually called it the most beautiful thing that she's ever seen. So, you know what I'm saying? She's all the way Team Jada and Will in this particular situation. Now, did y'all catch that reporter trying to shade Tiffany and Tiffany put her together respectfully? Check it out.
A little costume change?
I'm not wearing a costume. I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana. It's called an evening gown, darling. This is not, no one's paying me for this. I paid for it. It's custom. Thank you.
Time of death for me right now. You look gorgeous.
This is not an acting gig. This is my life. This what fame look like. This what success look like. This what money look like. This what it look like. It's what it look like.
Hell, if you want to call it a costume, I'll take it. It beats Tiffany Haddish showing up to whatever award show it was with a fried leg quarter in her pocketbook, pandering to those people. You know what I'm saying? Making us look bad. And so historically, you know how some of them try to apply that chicken narrative to people that have the same hue as me. So I'm glad to see Tiffany stand up in this instance. And so Tiffany went on to say that she's not going to protect Chris Rock in this particular situation, even though that they're friends, because she said that Chris should have ran the joke by Jada and Will before he told it. Now, Megan Thee Stallion seems to be in support of Will Smith too. Check out what she said.
We're in the room. We're asking everyone, how did the Will Chris moment feel?
I wasn't in the room. I had just got off stage, and then I saw it on Twitter, and I was like, well, damn.
What do you feel like? What's your reaction, and where should they go from here?
They should go home. They should go home and think about it. It was crazy, though. Shout out to Will.
Now, it was a great thing to see Megan support Will. You know, Nicki Minaj also supported Will, but the only reason why I didn't post her here in this video is because Megan Thee Stallion was at the Oscars and Nicki was not. No shade. Now, Whoopi Goldberg is predicting that the Oscars will not take Will Smith's Oscar away after his altercation with Chris Rock. She said they just won't do it because Chris Rock didn't press charges against Will Smith. Now, the last thing I want to address is the fact that you have a lot of people within our community that are saying, oh, Will Smith embarrassed us. You know, he went up there, he doesn't know how to act in WP spaces and things of that nature. He makes us all look bad. I want you guys to do something for me, all right? Take a look at your own history and take a look at their history and see if we have anything to be ashamed of. All right? And with that said, I'm going to let this go and let y'all have that in the comments. Drop down and let me know what you think about this whole particular situation dealing with Will Smith and the things that I talked about within this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll get with you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.